You see what it did to my train of thought there? I was actually speaking, and the fact that this popped up, it threw off everything about what I was saying. Now, when you're shopping, that's exactly what this does. You're Welcome back to another website mic drop. Today, I'm going to revisit a brand that I haven't looked at in years. I saw them on Shark Tank the other night. There was a list of the top 15 performing companies that Shark Tank's ever worked with, and number 13 was a company called PhoneSoap. If you aren't familiar with PhoneSoap, it's a company that I've been aware of for about 4 or 5 years now. They make ways to use UV light to clean your electronic devices, which are surprisingly filthy. So for a phone, it's a little bit of a box. You put the phone inside the box, the UV light does its magic, cleans your phone. This was almost the first deal I ever had as part of user testing and didn't work out for whatever reason, but I had a chance to review the site then. Today, I'm going to revisit it after about 3 years, see what it's like, see what questions I might have if I was in charge of the site, and what things I'd want to test. Let's check it out. PhoneSoap. All right, 20% off Valentine's sale. I'm on the site. It assumes, okay, I get this stay in the know and unlock 30% off. You see what it did to my train of thought there? I was actually speaking, and the fact that this popped up, it threw off everything about what I was saying. Now, when you're shopping, that's exactly what this does. You're in a frame of mind and you think, hey, what is the site all about? And then all of a sudden, this other thing pops up. Now, at this point, I haven't actually seen anything that explains to me what PhoneSoap is. Now, I already know what it is, but if I was a customer, would I actually understand what the site is? I'm going to close out of this and just say the very first thing that popped up, let's sanitize like a pro. Let's get back to that first screen. The very first screen was 20% off Valentine's sale. And it's very big. And these are the PhoneSoap boxes, but they kind of look like bars of soap, or they look like Pez, if I'm being honest. And it's candy. Maybe that's what they're going for. But what on this screen actually tells me what PhoneSoap is? There's nothing that actually tells me what it is here. Now there's an as seen on down here. I could scroll down, but I would be very curious to do a study that asks people right here, load this. What does this site do? Now it's going to require a heavy cognitive load to try to figure out what it is. A amount of time that most people will not give a site on the homepage. Presumably, you came to the site because you either heard of it or you found it on Google or something like that. But what do we? Let's put that aside now and let's just go through the site. We've got the homepage, shop, home soap. Okay, so home soap would appear to be different from PhoneSoap. You got spread love, not germs. Very low contrast here. I'd like to see people even notice this. Use code Valentine20. Again, it's a very, when this is so huge, the code is so small, and I actually cannot, you see what I'm doing with my mouse? I'm trying to highlight the text here to copy the actual code. You can't copy it. I'd like to see if people can remember this code a little bit later. That's something I would definitely test. But home soap is something probably different from PhoneSoap. There's nothing up here that says home. So I've got PhoneSoap, which is the logo, takes you back to the homepage. Then we got shop, UV sanitizers, water solutions, air solutions, accessories. Okay, here's home soap, large capacity sanitizer. So this is the thing on the homepage that they're offering 20% off Valentine's sale. Is the sale just off of the home soap items, or is it off of everything? 20% off site wide with code Valentine20. Okay, here I could copy it, but it actually clicked me over to the page. So I was able to highlight that. Free shipping over 100. Again, white, very thin font on a light blue background. Contrast, contrast, contrast. I would probably run a study of this site with maybe people over 40, see how well they're able to read this, especially maybe people that wear reading glasses typically. Not everybody who wears reading glasses will use reading glasses when they're using the internet because you can zoom and things like that. I'm curious how people would find this. Now this, on the other hand, the navigation is actually quite a high contrast. It's not quite black on white. It's black on what would appear to be some sort of maybe a light gray. But you do have a better contrast here. Now let's just go back to this. You've got your UV sanitizers. PhoneSoap 3 UV sanitizer. Again, PhoneSoap 3 Does the average, is there anything to compare that to? There's an arbitrary label on it. Is it just the PhoneSoap UV sanitizer and the PhoneSoap Pro UV sanitizer? Does the 3 make it seem like, all right, now what version is this? What version am I getting? So there's questions that get introduced with the 3, probably, that I would be curious about. The Home Soap large capacity sanitizer, PhoneSoap Go, battery powered sanitizer, PhoneSoap wireless, QI charging sanitizer. Okay, would the average person know what this is? Toothbrush UV sanitizer. That's pretty cool. I might actually look into that. PhoneSoap basic UV sanitizer. So actually look at this navigation here. You've got the PhoneSoap 3, the PhoneSoap Pro, the PhoneSoap Go, the PhoneSoap wireless, then down here, the PhoneSoap basic. You have 2 phone soaps broken up by a home soap, another phone soap, then a toothbrush sanitizer, then another phone soap. The toothbrush is the only one that's not called like something soap, which is, again, you can't make everything work. But I find it interesting that scaling and range, I would test this navigation right here and ask people to sequence these. How would you order these in order of effectiveness and quality? Put the phone soaps in order, from the weakest to the strongest, or the worst to the best. And I'm curious if they would actually rank them in the same way. I also don't understand why the navigation is not grouped together. It doesn't really make any sense. Over here, water solutions. Now, toothbrush UV sanitizer. It's here twice. This is typically the sign of a sort of bad navigation. That's not me saying it. This is just the objective opinion generally. When the same element is put under multiple categories, it's a symbol of poor information architecture. I'm not saying it's poor information architecture, but I'd like to test it and maybe do a card sort on this or a tree test. You've got a UV water bottle, UV reusable straw, WashClock. Again, I've got no idea what a WashClock is. I honestly, I cannot even fathom what it is. So I'm going to click it just to see, but this is an example of using brand names instead of descriptions. Like here, toothbrush UV sanitizer. I mentioned it doesn't have a something soap, but it's actually pretty straightforward what it is. Now, I don't know why it'd be under water solutions. It's not water. These 2 are water related for drinking. Before I click WashClock, you got air solutions. See, look at this, air soap. Okay, 3 air purifiers, 2 air purifiers and a humidifier, but instead of just 3, you've got the X3 and the X5. Now, again, labeling wise, why name these X3 and X5? 5 would seem to suggest that it is a higher version, but then here you use PhoneSoap 3 and then PhoneSoap Pro. So it was Pro professional for professional use. Okay. Then we've got over here PhoneSoap Shine Screen Cleaner. Again, light blue on white. I'm having a little bit of trouble reading this, and I'm wearing glasses. Antimicrobial lightning cable and antimicrobial USB cables. These are probably just wires that are somehow block germs. All right, let's hit the WashClock. What is this thing? Okay, it looks like the thing that you put in a urinal, like a soap thing that you put in a urinal. Hand washing timer. Oh, okay. This is a hand washing timer, so that when you wash your hands, it's a timer. It sets a timer. So, okay, I guess there's a lot to be said for design. I love a good design, but when something doesn't look like what it is, or have any, like, when you really have to think about what this thing is, it looks like soap. So if you have guests come over to your house, I wonder how many people will grab this and try to wash their hands with it. I mean, it looks like it can stick to the window, but okay. Let's go over here. Now that was our shop. Now we got professional, Express Pro mount, stand, science. What the science, this is interesting. Let's go to UVC light and let's see this. How does it work? Okay. 3 types of UV rays. This page is another one to test. Will they have lost the majority of people already, the 3 types of UV rays? Maybe would it be more effective to put some kind of proof point at the top maybe a side-by-side before UV light, after UV light. This is what you should expect. Now, how does it work? That might be more effective than, the last time I saw sort of a frequency diagram was back in college. And, the different frequencies of light here and this little germy guy with an arrow through his heart. Okay. Scrolling down, we've got the ozone layer. If you tested this with user testing, you could see how far people scroll on this page. And I'm just very curious. Once you hit this very, very scientific-y looking diagram, will people move down further? You get to the black and white picture. Look at this right here. This is a great, great video. I can already tell what this is going to be. Here's the box. They're probably going to put the device inside the box. They're going to let it run. They're going to show you maybe germs. There's this thing for a swab back here. They're probably going to test this and show you right after. So this is probably something that I would put right at the top. Video content, people love it. Have it go at the top. Let's go into I had questions about this PhoneSoap Pro. So let's go into this. All right. PhoneSoap Pro, rapid UVC phone sanitizer and charger. It's a charger as well. Okay. Is that a distinction from the regular PhoneSoap? Before I even go on to anything else, I just want to go over to the number 3. Okay, the original UVC phones and charger. So they both have charger, as seen on Shark Tank. Hey, that's just what I just mentioned that I saw it on there. Now here, okay, let's look at this. Right here, before and after. This is exactly what I just said I thought would be great on the actual how does it work page. Before and after for the clinically proven results. Look at this, empty, no germs whatsoever. All right, so now we've got our PhoneSoap 3. I want to go back to that professional. I don't know why. I just feel like it. So we go here, and now we've got the default image is of what looks similar to an eyeglasses case. Does this image resonate with people the most of these images? I would be very curious if perhaps another image that showed a device being put into the box or how it fits gives you some sort of a hint of what it does. Maybe like this, maybe not this one, because this is more marketing-y, but something similar to this, but much more of a product style photo. Again, for feature scientifically proven. Look at this. You can barely see this advance. Would I possibly put the little dots underneath to let you know you can advance a second way when I can't see these little the arrows to advance the images? Complete 360-degree UV disinfection, 5 minutes disinfection cycle. This is great. Okay. Charge any device with 2 universal ports. All right. So this is a question that I would now seeing this, I would ask people, do you think that the PhoneSoap box charges your phone while it's inside? So if you leave your phone in the box, will it do wireless charging? That is the impression that I was under, but it would appear that you have to plug your phone into the box on the outside. So you put it inside to clean it, and you plug it in on the outside to charge it. That's not really intuitive. Let's keep on going here. Larger disinfectant bay than other models. Over here on the right, you can actually see now the PhoneSoap Pro. It's got a description. Here it is, $119.95. Is that a perfect 5 stars? No, it's a little bit less than 5 stars. So we've talked about this on the credibility score. Kills 99% of germs in just 5 minutes, half the time of our other tools. So this finally clarifies, I think, what a PhoneSoap Pro is versus the regular PhoneSoap. Perhaps as I scroll down, I don't know if there's going to be a comparison of all the tools, of all the different PhoneSoaps, but you have different colors here, and it is going to change the images for you, which is nice. Huh. Okay, this one's sold out. So this is add to cart, and then you've got shop pay there. So you've got view features with a play button. That looks like a play button. We're going to hit that in a minute, but you notice how it drops down and add to cart, buy with shop, view features. And then we had sold out on the black. But look at how weak that contrast is. I mean, if I did just a highlight reel of only the things I've pointed out that have really low contrast. Okay, look at this sold out. And look down here at save 30%. Now, there was save 30% and there was save 20% up here. So What is that? Oh, this is if you want to sign back up for email. So it puts that at the bottom. That's actually kind of good. I've never seen a site before that kept it in a place where you could get it that discount. And this is accessibility options. Kudos PhoneSoap. Wow. All right. I didn't know what this was, so I'm not sure that it's as helpful as it could be. I'd like to test this, but bigger text, bigger cursor, tooltips, readable fonts. Okay. What if I click this? What if I click this? What's it gonna do? I click readable fonts, contrast. What's it doing? I have to click it 3 times. The second time makes it go all gray. And then it go, yikes. All right. Sorry, PhoneSoap. You're getting a negative on this one. Okay. You've got this great feature here, which is high contrast. But look at this. The high contrast, it's blinding. And it's actually worse. I cannot see that it says sold out at all. This is the high contrast version, and I cannot read it in the slightest. I'm going to switch that back to the way it was. Okay, I love that you've got these features here, but it is impossible to read. Now, readable fonts just made it a little bit bigger, which I appreciate that. It made it a little bit bigger. I like that. But this contrast, brightness, saturation, grayscale, invert the colors. Okay, helps a little bit, but yeah, a lot of options here, which I give major props for doing this. This is the best thing I've ever seen in terms of an attempt at accessibility and accessibility options on a website. I just think it misses the mark a little bit, and I would like to test with some people that have, some vision impairment, much like I do, to see can they actually use this to make the site better. All right, I'm going to get out of the settings here, and we're just going to go back to basics. We're going to hit view features. It is a video.
With the PhoneSoap Pro comes a redesign of our standard UV sanitizer. Additional bulbs and a vacuum-plated aluminum inner shell achieve complete disinfection now in just 5 minutes.
If you're watching this video, what did you think the scale of the PhoneSoap was? I did not actually think about how big it was. Seeing it for scale here for the first time, and it really is quite a bulky thing. And now, obviously, as I'm looking at my own phone, it's got to be bigger than that by at least a factor of 20 to 25%. So this has got to be pretty big. I also haven't seen anything about the size and what actual phones will fit in here. Let's say we want to put one of these in the cart. I don't want to dwell too much. I've been really sitting on this website for a while. All right, so we added it to our cart. Let's get myself over to the side for a little bit. We added it to cart, and we've got, what do we got over here? We've got the PhoneSoap Pro 1 blue. There's the price. We've got, you may also like package protection, home soap, large capacity UV sanitizing box. Again, scale of photos. Look at the size of this compared to this. There's nothing for reference. PhoneSoap Shine, they all look the same size. I guarantee you this thing is massive if it's for home devices. It's probably for tablets and stuff. Let's just look at the product details page again. Let's see if there's anything about the size. Because if I had to click play to get the features, I'm going to scroll down here. And all right, we've got some description about what this PhoneSoap do. I've got a broken image here. All right. Let's hit refresh and see if the image fixes itself. But we do have a broken image here. Okay, the image did load the second time. I've got a bunch of different colors. I've got the charging things. I can advance this. No, still have that broken image. So we have a broken image in the carousel. Hopefully someone from PhoneSoap sees this, and another broken image. So we got 2 broken images and one image that works here. So that seems to be something that you might want to fix. If you miss a spot, what's the point? Okay, so this is talking about it's 360 degrees. The image is, I can tell what it is. This is sort of looking into the PhoneSoap, seeing that there's light all around it. Why PhoneSoap Pro? Okay, so finally, here we go. Our device is the only one that can provide 360 disinfection to your entire phone. Well, is that only PhoneSoap Pro? Alcohol can damage the oil repelling coating on your phone. No, this is not. This is why PhoneSoap, not why PhoneSoap Pro. Here we go again. Look at this. Don't take our word for it. CNN and a bunch of other logos that are broken and missing. So this is something you don't need to do a usability test for. How germy is my phone? Okay. Comparison chart. Okay, this is what I was hoping for right here. So we can see PhoneSoap 3, PhoneSoap Basic, Wireless, Go, Pro. Genius. Okay, this is exactly what I was talking about. I would never have guessed that the PhoneSoap 3 is actually, it's actually not. It's not the most basic, but they have it. Come on now. All right, come on now. Let me get out of the way. You have the PhoneSoap Basic, which has the least amount of features here. Okay, then you've got the PhoneSoap 3, then the PhoneSoap Wireless, but the wireless has the USB-C port for charging. Okay, so that is different from the PhoneSoap Go, which is largely the same except for that one port, and this is battery powered. Then you've got, so the PhoneSoap Wireless is not battery powered, but the PhoneSoap Go is battery powered with carrying case. That seems counterintuitive. I mean, the Go means on the go, but wireless also suggests wireless. So that's interesting. PhoneSoap Pro has the most features, and then PhoneSoap Large is the only one that sanitizes tablets and that sanitizes larger items, baby bottles, remote controls, keyboards, etc. This, I think this chart is misorganized. I think it's sequenced incorrectly. All right, we're going to scroll down here. Looks like 3 versions of PhoneSoap. Now here, this would appear to be the PhoneSoap home thing. And look at how big this is with her hand in there. So this is huge. Nothing here suggests the scale that it's at. All right, then we got contact us and other things. So I think there's a lot of stuff I would like to test this. I only just touched on a handful of elements on this site. So what did we find on the PhoneSoap website? We found some questionable contrast, while we did find some amazing accessibility features that they've tried to build in. Maybe not the best execution. Love to see those tested. There's a little bit of difficulty finding the product features and figuring out really just how big these things are. Figuring out how does it work? Does the content resonate with the typical mobile phone user? Do they understand what a PhoneSoap really does? The homepage itself, when we landed on it, was it clear what PhoneSoap is? And then the navigation, there's a lot of questions about the way that the navigation is structured, the sequencing of the PhoneSoap line of products. Do customers feel that it does go from worst to best, from that basic one to the pro, if that is in fact the correct order? Do they understand how to pick the right one? All of these things are tests that I would recommend being run on the PhoneSoap website to just make sure that it's performing as optimally as possible. I think there's going to be a lot of confusion from people, perhaps that are not familiar with the technology and just haven't seen it in a while. So these are things I would test. If you're from PhoneSoap and you want a little help, obviously you can just reach out. That's going to be it for this website mic drop with a revisit to our friends at PhoneSoap, and I will see you on the next one.